Yesterday I listened to a video made by an influencer called The Golden One. He was proposing how to move forward in saving our civilization after realizing his mistakes from the past. First, he stated that like-minded people should be aiming to get positions of power, which obviously should be a common sense goal for any reasonable person. But later he explained how it should be done, which made me realize he is at the edge of desperation and has no real idea about what to actually do, or simply he does not understand how certain things work in the politics and international corporations. So I will explain it here. Golden One told people they should be working hard to join and grow in ranks in different institutions with power. For example, international corporations or political parties in their own countries. In simple words, he was encouraging people to infiltrate various institutions and to obtain true positions of power within them. The disturbing thing is the fact that there are more people with similar ideas. He was not the only one from whom I heard about it. Before I elaborate on the subject, I will say straight that the chances to succeed in saving our countries or the civilization by applying this form of strategy are less than minimal. I would say non-existent, for the reasons which I will explain in a moment. Starting from the corporations, Golden One mentioned Meta as an example, and the idea was that our like-minded programmers and other IT workers should attempt to work in such companies, climbing the corporate ladder, and eventually have an impact on how corporations apply their censorship and other policies. The idea that a random guy from outside of the corporation or few, no matter how skilled, brilliant and amazing, will be able to obtain a prominent position of power and shape the corporate narrative and policy is ridiculous. Because in corporations you are following instructions from above, like following orders, and if you attempt to break loose from given responsibilities, ignoring the instructed narrative from the top, you will instantly lose your job and your career will be over. And even if our guy magically became a CEO of such corporation, they respond and follow the orders of the shareholders who are monitoring through proxies how such corporations are being run. The idea of infiltrating corporations to eventually reshape them or their narrative is just silly, completely unrealistic. Now about politics and obtaining true political power. If we are talking about infiltrating already existing political parties, then what is the goal here? A like-minded guy or few joining a political party, working for it for years, hiding their true views, obtaining more prominent positions within the party until eventually doing what? Hijack the party or start influencing other party members on the side of the common sense? In political parties there are lots of things happening behind the scenes. Members watching each other all the time, bloodily backstabbing to get a higher rank in their political career as soon as any member starts acting against the interest of the party agenda or other members. It will be visible, detected, and the toxic party members will be kicked out before they get the chance to do anything productive for our side. Telling people to join a modern political party today is like telling them to join the Communist Party in the Soviet Union. The structure is so complex and full of backstabbing that only a small circle of trusted people at the top has anything to say about the party's political decisions and narrative. Everybody else is a minion who licks the shoes of those from above, doing their best to prove themselves worthy of a promotion for a better pay. And there are also people behind the political scene, sponsoring and controlling the directory of all the political parties in the mainstream. That's why no matter who we elect, the general trajectory of where our countries are going remains the same. Illegal migration evolves into legal. Just look at Italy, Poland, or United States. There is no possibility for any good independent guy within any political party from the establishment to obtain a true position of power and preserve that position to start fixing their countries and opposing the mainstream narrative. And if there is any, you may classify them as controlled opposition. Another method is to create a new political party, but once again, you will have a mainstream propaganda against you, same as all other political parties from the establishment. Such a parties, even if created, remain in the sphere of political irrelevance. And we could witness this many times in the past. The political arena in our countries, in all of them, is rigged. And there is no way to break the monopoly of the establishment. And even assuming that by some miracle good guys obtained true political power in their country, liberating their country from the global arena, then such country will be instantly attacked on economic ground by its neighbors and other players from the global arena, either turning the citizens of the liberated country against the ruling government, or you will witness different forms of ostracism, or even caps, as it was done in South America. A political solution does not exist, and with time things are only going to get worse because of our demographic situation and the radicalization of the society. To vote for some right-minded political parties may occur only in a monolithic societies, which does not exist anymore in the West. And if such political parties cannot win, even in Poland, then you can forget about success of similar parties anywhere across the West. Still, if anybody wants to try, go ahead. But it won't make any difference for our general situation. I am sorry, Mr. Marcus, but risking the future of our children by trusting the idea that a random heroes from among ranks of like-minded individuals will become competent, successful, and lucky enough to join and subvert various institutions of power within our system in a sufficient number in most of our major Western countries and in less than 20 years, which is the time we do not have, by the way, and that they will obtain positions of real power to start reshaping the corporate or state policies is borderline crazy. And I hope no sane person will decide to trust that this is going to happen, because there are plenty of reasons why it won't. Once again, as soon as you understand how those institutions work and what is happening behind the scenes, it becomes a common sense knowledge that it is an area where no like-minded individuals has any chance of winning any real power. So do not stay passive, idle, lying to yourself that someone else will do the whole work for us. Be smart and responsible, and consider please what I propose to do to save our future in the material with the plan in my channel. The only realistic solution to make a true stand for our future is presented in my material, on my channel. So please, if you care about the well-being of your own family, do your research. And Golden One, if you are listening to this, you would already understand that because I did appeal to you years ago, and I ended up ignored. And now, when you realize that nothing changed for better anyhow, and that situation is only getting worse, you are becoming desperate. Because you do have a family, children, and you can clearly see where everything is heading to. So if you care about them and our future, I suggest you consider helping me to inform people about what I propose. Study my material if you care, and decide on your own.